So I would like to explain the shell voicing. A shell voicing in the most basic form consists out of 4 notes: the root, the third, the seventh and the melody. And there are 2 variations. It can be either in the order of the first, third, seventh and melody, or first, seventh, third and melody. The reason why there are 2 is that if you choose wisely, you will have a very good connection between the voicings, and the voice leading will be very clear. For instance, if you have a 2-5-1, then let's say if I play here C minor 7, in this 1-7-3 voicing, the melody I'm just making up, and I go to F7, then you already have the 7 for the F7, because that's a 3 in C minor 7, this one. So basically you just need to change this note to 3. Of course you need to change the bass note, and then you have a very proper voice leading. If I continue this to the B flat major 7, which is the 1, of course you need the 1 here. You already have the 7, which was, so you can just leave that, and you only need to change this note to the 3. So now you have a 1-7-3. You could leave the melody, so if you start working with 4-note shell voicings on a standard like Everything Happens to Me, which will be included as a PDF, then basically what you need to do is to make sure that it basically looks like this. So the movement of the the position of the 2 hands are basically a little bit like this. It can go to here, but it shouldn't be this wide, or you shouldn't have like a whole octave between, like say, like this. C minor 7 would be better to do it like this, because that will create a lot of warmth, especially if we move on to the next level in this. So, where do you start? Everything Happens to Me, the melody starts here. So of course you could start playing the bass note here, but that doesn't give a lot of room for your chords. Then you get this, which is not very fat sounding. So better would be to have the bass note here. Now the question first you need to ask yourself, will it be a 1-3-7 or a 1-7-3? If it's a 1-3-7, you would get this. This doesn't look right, or this 1. So ideally it's 1-7-3. So this is a nice and better sounding, the best option in this case. So if we continue the song, we need to go to F7. In F7 you need an E flat, and you already have that from the previous chord. So you just need to change the 7 from the C minor 7 to the 3 in F7. If I continue to D minor 7, now there is a 3 here, but you actually should have the lowest note as the bass note. So this cannot be replaced, for instance, by this. So what you need to do is go to the bass note and try to look what is the best option here. Is it this? No, because then you have this big octave open space. So better is, so one more time. Next chord is C sharp diminished. So as you can see, just try to look for the closest notes. Of course the bass note is here. This is the 3. And this is the double flat 7. We continue to C minor 7. We can now in this case we go from F7 to E flat dominant 7, which is actually the neighbor of F7. So just move it parallel. Then you have D half diminished. So you can also continue that position. So again it's 1-3-7, again 1-3-7, there's no change, again 1-3-7, leading to G7. So we keep this in mind. This is 7, you can leave it, bass note. C minor 7. Also here to A flat 7, we need a small jump. We need the bass note here. You could keep this, but then you have a kind of strange voicing, so better would be. Now the melody goes up, and that means that the rest can also go up. Otherwise you get this. So this is a better voice leading, but you have this big space, so better would be I'll just continue to the bridge and look at the middle notes. They're almost not jumping. It's mostly the bass note and the melody. Now I need to jump. So this is basically how four-note shell voicing works, and by trying to apply this on certain standards where you will not find that much issues like slash chords or fast melodies. Of course, this is quite difficult to do in a song like Don Ali. So try to pick some standards like this one, Everything Happens to Me, or I Fall in Love Too Easily. Let's see, My Foolish Heart. Body and Soul is a bit more advanced, but you can try it. Actually, giant steps, it's quite easy in giant steps. Just try to look for, if you go through the real book, just try to look for songs which have not that fast melodies. But mostly ballads will really do the trick for this. So that's how the four-note shell voicing works.